Welcome back to another episode of Boom Bust. I'm your host Terry, and today continuing our All-Pro Film Session series with Zack Martin from the Dallas Cowboys. So once again, going through the first team All-Pro roster, watching some of their film, breaking down what we see, and then confirming All-Pro status at the end. So Zack Martin coming out of Notre Dame, pretty straightforward, 5-star prospect for me. Became an All-Pro pretty much like we expected. Just the ability to play 5 positions, the experience playing different positions, and he wasn't quite what people wanted stature-wise to be a tackle, so he ended up being a guard and hasn't been calling to tackle duty extensively in the NFL, but I believe if he did, he would be great at it. And as much as he plays right guard, I believe he could play left guard as well. So I believe he could play all positions at a pretty high level. And so just the technique is what stands out to me as far as a prospect. And I think he's even better than Quinn Nelson was as a prospect coming out. So anyway, as far as the film, we're going to be looking at touchdowns from Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott. Again, offensive linemen don't really have plays, so that's who we'll be looking at, and we'll be going week 16 down. So let's go ahead and get this started. So against the Buccaneers first, they're in the white zone. Zach's at right guard. Got a little option play. Prescott ends up keeping it. And so you'll see Zack Martin backside just helping pin it, making sure everybody's sealed off. Pretty easy play. Stupid player. Not the football players, the video players. So we got an empty set, 5-man protection. Ends up going with a lob in the back of the end zone for Michael Gallup. So doesn't need a whole lot of time here to complete this play, but it's pass pro. And we see Vita Vea, I believe, versus Zack Martin. And Zach does a great job anchoring, just showing off his strength against Vita, who's a very strong player. So against the Saints, play action towards the red zone. So we got a play action screen. And we'll get the end zone view to see what happens. But Zeke gets the screen and takes it in. So Zach's on the right side again. And again, so with the play action screen, you want to get this guy upfield. Zach does a very nice job just putting him off target. He really doesn't know what's going on. Then Zach goes out and leads the charge. Beautifully picks up his man. I mean, he didn't knock him out, but again, puts him right out of the path. Does exactly what he needs to do. Receiver does the rest. And so you see Zach moving out in space, locating his target and connecting with that target. Two very different things. The ability to get out in space and the ability to connect on a moving target. Not something that all linemen can do. So from the red zone again, Zeke gets the handoff, takes it in. We'll go to the end zone view. Looks like Zeke goes to the left side opposite of Zack Martin. So Zach might not be the play side guard on this. Squares up with Iodonis. Gets a help with the double team and actually is helping against Payne as well. And so that's just good power play by all the interior linemen. You'll see him just step down and help out with 2 guys at once just to clog it up. And that gives Zeke the space that he needs to run. So against the Redskins again, almost in the green zone, play action. Quick slant to Amari Cooper that takes it the distance. And again, Amari Cooper being a big get for them during the season. But we're going to see Zack Martin against Deron Payne, a top pick from Bama. Really great young rookie. And again, a quick little double team. But even without the double team, and again, this is small things with the linemen that you got to watch. even without the double team, you'll see he doesn't go far. Yeah, there's a little push, but just one-on-one against Zack, he's still on the line of scrimmage and even backed up a little bit. Deron Payne is a great player, and it's not always about physical strength or speed. It's about technique as well. His hands are underneath Payne's chest. Payne's hands are around Zack's shoulders. You get the inside hand position, you win. And not to mention Zack is also very strong. So if you know as good as Deron Payne is, you know that's a good matchup right there. So again, backed up against the Redskins. This is a slant to Amari, who ends up breaking it for the run. Scores. So we'll see Payne against Zack Martin again. And again, it's a short pass. It's a slant. Doesn't take too long. Pass pro. Nice. I mean, that's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. I mean, again, you're going against an interior lineman, but the ability to stop an edge rush, like he's trying to get around the corner. Nice feet. His feet stay in front of Payne the entire time. And I talk about this a lot with linemen, especially if you watch offensive and defensive line stuff. Defensive line, the biggest thing you can do is keep moving your feet to the quarterback, because more times than not, an offensive lineman is going to stop his feet on contact. Offensive linemen could win a lot more if they continue to move their feet, and you'll see it here. Payne's trying to get to his edge. He steps, and continues to move his feet to cut him off. That's athleticism, and that's good motor. And he's hugging them. That's his strength. So you see a lot of his skills all in one play right there. And Payne's young, but he's still a very good player. So now you're going against the Falcons. Got a handoff. Zeke gets to the third level, makes a man miss, and ends up scoring. We'll go from the end zone, kind of see how that looks. So Zack Martin is against, I believe that's Grady Jarrett, who's a very good player in his own right as well. So we're going to get a big on bid block. Nice leverage underneath. And Jarrett gets underneath Zack at the end, actually, because Zack kind of stands up. But you'll see the strength of Zack being able to hold that gap. So now they move gaps, they push him down, and we're right around the line of scrimmage. Jarrett has not moved the line of scrimmage at all. He stalemated. And it takes the rest of the line as well, but Zack Martin doing his part and creating his lane for Ezekiel to run through. So this is against the Redskins again. Around midfield. Gallup gets open. I like Michael Gallup, man. I really wanted him for the Bears. But anyway, Zack Martin gets Deron Payne again. Pass pro, gets a little help towards the end, but held his own completely against Deron Payne. Deron's trying to set him up. Zack's patient, relocates his hand. And Payne does a good job extending, because Zack isn't super long, so he uses his extension against Zack, but Zack's feet are so good that even with that extension, he's not giving him a lane to take. So he gets the extension, but he can't really work the edge because Zack continues to move his feet and cut him off. And then, of course, the help comes as well. Would have been interesting to see how that played out just one-on-one, but I think Zack definitely won that rep. Against the Redskins again. Backed up in their own territory. Drop back pass. Plenty of time. This is actually a defensive touchdown. They always do that, but you know what? We'll look at Zack Martin anyway. So Zack at the right guard. Got Deron Payne. Payne with that extension again. And they clean that up. But again, he had help on that play, but they cleaned it up. Let's see, against the Jaguars, inside the red zone. and a very good defensive front for the Jaguars. So they do this option play again. Looks kind of like a design quarterback run, to be honest, but either way, it goes away from Zack Martin, so Zack is on the backside here. I'm not sure who 95 is. They double teamed 95, and again, it's just sealing that play off. And really, they had a whole lane there if they gave it to Zeke, but everybody does their job on that. And look, I mean, just because it's a double team, don't think Zach's not putting in work. Zach's a beast on double teams. And you can see the type of power and ISO running they do that a lot of teams don't do. And especially in college, you get offensive linemen that aren't used to big on big blocking like that. And so Zack Martin becomes a very big piece in that sense. So we'll see what Zach does on this play. So on this pass pro, gets his hands inside, moves his feet, and that guy's nowhere to go. And I want to say it's Marcel Darius. I can't remember. I feel like he ended up on the Jags. But this is 99 here, whoever it is. And you just see the feet. There's nowhere to work to. There's nowhere to counter. His hands are inside, and it's just a complete stalemate. That's just great technique right there. So against Jacksonville again, inside, right in the white zone. Empty backfield, so 5 protection. All day to throw, and that's easy. All right, so let's see Zach. From what it looked like, Zach didn't end up having anybody head-on-head with him. So just help blocking. Another thing for interior linemen, finding out where to help. And you see his eyes move immediately. As soon as he sees Marcel Darius, who I think that is, backs up into coverage, immediately goes to the edge to help out. And Lyle Collins does a good job against the end. But if he needed help, Zach was right there. And Zach just has great feet, man. I have to keep rewinding this. You just look at his feet. Linemen don't move like that. He steps one way, steps back inside. There's nothing there. He moves, slide, shuffle, plant, shuffle again. And like the mirror ability, he's just ready. Linemen don't move like that, usually, offensive linemen. And so that just is incredible to watch him as a veteran pro still having that athleticism. So Zeke gets a run. So Zach starts with a double. And, well, let me see that play again, actually. At first it looked like they missed him, but it might be a trap play. Because Connor ends up, yeah, that's a trap play. And so what happens is 97, whoever that is, does a good job. So what they want to do is leave this guy alone. They want to work up here, and Zach wants to work up there. And then he's going to pull around and trap him. 97 realizes that's what they're trying to do. And so what he does is get in Zach's way and tries to slow him up so he can't get to the linebacker. So that's a nice play by him because they're trying to avoid him. He's trying to ruin that whole thing. And so Zach should have been there. Isn't able to get there, but Zeke makes the play. So, great job by D lineman. I can't even say that was Zach's play on that one. So against the Carolina Panthers, and I believe this is the first week, so this should be the last set of plays. But in the white zone, going in for the score. We get a speed option. Classic. Luke Kuechly chasing it down. So let's see what Zach does on that play. And speed options usually a bunch of double teams. You just let them go to the edge. So we get a double team by Zach. Yep, double team. They pin everybody. Lyle Collins does a decent job getting a piece of Kuechly because Kuechly almost made it there. But you'll see this double team here. Whoever 95 is gets completely pinned. And so, again, you talk about power run and you talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Zack Martin's a huge get for you when you're trying to run that type of style. So anyway, that's it for Zack Martin. Go to comment section. Oh, well, first, sorry, definitely all pro status. I would say, again, it's not even just like, oh, he's a guard. He's a good guard. He's all pro. You watch what he does. He has talents that other linemen don't. And, Quinn Nelson, who's the other all pro, already did his tape. So you could watch the comparisons. Quentin is very good, and he's a left guard, very good, but he cannot do what Zack Martin can do. Zack Martin's pass protection is on a whole nother level. And so, yeah, by far all pro status. So go to the comment section, let me know what you think. Share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for listening.